Hi, my name's June Morrow, and I help 9-to-5ers build purpose-driven, service-based businesses so that they can quit their jobs and do what they love full time. So this is video 2 of the 10 commandments for new service-based entrepreneurs. And today I'm going to be talking all about the importance of putting problems before process. I'm going to explain what that means in a moment. But first, a quick question. And I want you to answer this in 3 seconds or less if you can. What problem does your service or business solve for people? All right, if you were like, not quite sure, keep watching because this video is for you. And if you were like, oh, that's easy, my business helps people with A, B, and C, my second question for you is how often do you mention these problems in your messaging? And if you're like, not quite sure, keep watching again. Because in this video, what I'm going to share with you is 3 ways that you can get really clear on the problems that you solve for people, what it is that people actually buy, and the number 1 question, the very best question you should be asking when doing market research. So, I am guessing that you got into entrepreneurship or you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur because you were passionate about helping people, right? I know for me, this was certainly the case. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people improve their lives in different ways, and I still do. And it might be that you are really passionate about a specific area. So maybe you're really into personal development, or you're really into health and wellness, or you're really into business, or you're really into helping people with their careers, or you're really into relationships or sexuality or some other really broad topic. And what excites you about going into business for yourself is that this is your passion and you get to work with it all the time, right? And so when you see yourself doing your business, you see yourself talking about it and sharing it and doing this thing, maybe a certain modality that you're really into. And this is great. This is all really good because that passion is going to drive you. Your passion and your purpose is what keeps you going when things get tough. But here's the thing. People don't buy your passion. They're attracted to it, certainly, and it certainly helps, but they don't buy it. What people actually buy, and this is true for everything, is a solution to their problem. A solution to their problem. And here's what I mean by this. So, I got my hair cut a couple weeks ago. And when I went and got my haircut, I wasn't really buying a haircut. I don't really care if I get a haircut. What I care about is feeling confident and feeling like I look put together, and I care about being attractive because I'm a woman. I think that's okay. So I wasn't buying a haircut. I was buying the confidence that haircut would bring. And you might be, let's say your modality, your process is you read tarot cards, or you're a personal trainer, or maybe you're someone who teaches women burlesque, right? With each of those, what people are buying, if they're going to buy from you, like nobody really cares about tarot cards, or they don't really care that much about burlesque, they're not going to notice that much about personal training unless it solves a specific problem that they have. So with tarot cards, the problem that you're solving for people is you're helping them probably with direction. They probably have some uncertainty. It might be uncertainty about a career decision, about a relationship decision, something else. But that's generally why people reach for the tarot cards or go see people. They want some clues, some clarity, or they might do it for novelty. They might have curiosity. That might be another problem that they have. With personal training, people don't just buy personal training. They buy personal training because they have a problem, right? And we've all known this. Like maybe they can't do up their jeans anymore. COVID, right? Maybe they're like, this is my COVID body and I don't like it. Or, or maybe they have an injury and they want to safely recover from this injury. Or maybe their parent just died and they don't want to repeat what happened with their parents. So there's a number of different reasons, different problems that people could come to you for personal training. Same thing even with the burlesque instructor, right? Probably women would sign up for that class because they want to feel sexier. And the problem is they feel like they don't feel sexy when they try to move, right? So they want to learn how to do it so that they can be attractive or they can seduce somebody without totally cracking up. So remember, people buy the solutions to their problems. And if you're not talking about their problems, then they probably won't take notice, because when somebody mentions a problem that you have, you kind of go, what? You kind of go for it. You're like, oh, someone's speaking to me. So focus on problems, not process. And again, this can be hard because we often, as service-based entrepreneurs, get into something because we're passionate about the process. We're passionate about coaching, or we're passionate about speaking, or we're passionate about Reiki, or we're passionate about massage, or we're passionate about training dogs, or whatever it is that we do. And if this is you, when you envisioned yourself as an entrepreneur, you might not have seen yourself solving problems. You might not have even thought about, well, what is the problem that I'm actually going to solve? I had this problem when I was a new entrepreneur, for sure. I just wanted to help people live better, more fulfilled lives, but that's not a problem. That's a general topic, right? And maybe people who have been in the business for a very long time can do this, but you need to be specific. You need to talk specifically about what problem you solve. So if you don't know the problems, this is a problem. And how do you get clarity on it? Well, you do these three things. One of these three things is going to help you get really clear on the problems that you solve for people or that you want to solve for people. And the first one is look at your modality, whatever it is, whether it's coaching, consulting, helping people with marketing, whatever it is, and ask yourself, what problem did this solve for me? Because usually we're exposed to something and we get excited about it because it solves a problem for us. So here's what I mean by that. When I first got into coaching, when I was working a 9-to-5 job and I didn't like my job. And I was like, I am so bored here. I can't stay here. I know I need to leave. So I hired a coach to help me figure things out, right? And that's what my problem was. My problem was I wanted to leave my 9-to-5. And now, of course, I help people do that. I did that. I wound up leaving my 9-to-5. I built a business part-time and now I'm doing it full-time. And now I help people do the same thing. So the problem that people I work with generally have is that they want to leave their 9-to-5. They want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't know how. So there's a number of different problems. But so you can see how it's not just like I'm a business coach, right? I help people with a specific problem. So what is it that attracted you to the thing that you help people with these days? What attracted you to your modality or the modality that you want to do? If it's spirituality, what set you off on a spiritual journey? And if it's something you've always been interested in, you might not be able to answer this question. So the second question that you're going to ask yourself is, what types of problems do people come to me with? So if I already have a business and I've been helping a couple of people, or even if I'm not helping people for pay, maybe I've just helped my friends, as a freebie or as just something that I do, what sorts of problems do people normally come to me with, right? And if you have clients, you can look at your clients. And if they come to you with many different problems, ask yourself if there is a theme among those problems. Is there a common thing that people come to you for? Or if not, which of those problems did you feel most satisfied helping people with? Because that is going to help you pinpoint what the problem is. Now, if you haven't had any clients and you haven't actually helped your friends or you haven't done any freebies, what you can do is you can look at similar people who are doing similar types of businesses as the one that you want to do. Go to their website and take a look at what problems they say they solve. And then ask yourself, do I want to solve these particular problems? Make a list, right? Note it down. Write all this stuff down. What problems do you solve? Get really, really clear on it. And then decide, okay, those are the problems I'm going to solve. I'm going to help people with. And then go out and try it. See if you like it. Which brings me to the third way to get clarity on the problem that you help people with. And that is good old-fashioned market research. And by market research, yeah, you can do surveys, but really what I suggest is talking to people one-on-one, because when you listen to people, you get information that you will not get in a survey. You won't get in an email when they write things out. So what I mean by that is calling up people that you know, people who are the types of people that you might want to work with, and asking them this question. And this is the number one best market research question ever. And it is, in terms of, and then whatever area you work with people or want to work with people in, be it relationships or business or, health or wellness or nutrition, whatever broad area, spirituality, whatever broad area, in terms of this area, what is the number one thing that you are struggling with now? What is the number one thing that you are struggling with now? This will give you clarity, and it's so important to do this, even if you know what your problem is, to do this on a regular basis, because it not only gives you clarity, it gives you insight into what sort of language you want to use in your messaging when you're marketing to people. Because as I said earlier, you always want to be focusing on either the problem that people are having or the solution, the end result. And the solution isn't your process. The solution is the outcome that they get from working with you. So focus on problems and solutions, not processes. And if you need help with market research, I've got a really great freebie for you. It's in the link below. It's a 25-minute masterclass on how to find clients despite a tiny mailing list. Because I know when we start out, we don't always have these huge mailing lists, right? And it's not the size that matters, it's the quality, like some other things. So that is the second commandment for new service-based entrepreneurs. Focus on process, not problem. If you're looking for the first commandment, I've posted a link to it below. The first commandment is build relationships before technology. This is all based on things that I struggled with personally and have learned the hard way, and I'm sharing them with you so that you can get results in your purpose-driven, service-based business a lot faster, so that you can leave your job and do those things that are important to you. Do those things, work in a field that you're excited about, and make the difference that you came here to make. So if you found this video valuable, hit the subscribe button, give it a like, give it a love, post your comments. What's the number one thing that you're struggling with? I would love to know. Post it in the comments below. You got this.